Hello and welcome back to the channel. In this video, I want to talk to my viewers and ask you a question. I want to ask you if you are ready for round two. Now, you know what the world has just experienced. The whole world has experienced this. As a matter of fact, it is not over yet. There are some states that are closing down and some that opened are reclosing. So I want to know if you're ready for round two. And I ask this for a reason because I get a sense that a lot of people are going back to sleep. I recently did a video where I was talking about that. But I don't think that enough of the world's population are taking things serious. Okay? Now, whether you believe that there is something really happening and people are really being affected by this in the real sense of the word, or whether you believe that this is something that was conjured up, it really doesn't matter at this point. What we do know is that everyone has been affected. Life is not going back to the way it used to be, and round two could very well be worse than round one. And so this is why I asked, are you ready for round two? Because unfortunately, some of the people who were pretending to get ready during round one have been safely rocked back to sleep because of a few things that have been given back to them, a few of their freedoms as they believe them to be. And so you've been safely rocked back to sleep. They've cradled you right back to sleep. But behind the scenes, do you really understand what is happening? Now, before I saw any videos about this, I saw one white guy and one black guy talk about this. But before I saw any video of them speaking on this, we had already determined within ourselves that something was happening behind the scenes. Now, you all remember when cell phone service went down for a couple of days for some of us. I don't know how long it was for everyone else, but for us it was a couple of days, not just cell phone service, but our internet service as well. And we were told that there was work going on in the area. But what tripped us out is when we were able to speak to family in Michigan, and they said too that their service was out as well. And we started hearing people in other areas too where they had an interruption in service. So this wasn't a normal something's happening in the area type thing where it was just, a restoration of power because of a specific region. This was all over. I'm hearing it was T-Mobile, Sprint, and AT&T, and who knows what other network, Metro PCS. And so we knew that this was bigger than just a local outage, right? And so when we talked about this, we said something else is going on behind the scenes. Something else is going on behind the scenes. Now, these two videos that I saw, one from this black guy and another from a white guy, they were talking about what was installed on everybody's cell phone while we were all distracted by all this other nonsense. Trackers were installed on our cell phones. And so if they are able to do all of this stuff behind the scenes while distracting us with protest and Black Lives Matter, and we're trying to fix things over here, we're trying to fix things over there. If you look at the bigger picture, something much deeper is happening. The fact that they are dismantling police departments and other things are happening as well. Things that we've never seen before. They're pulling down statues. It's like they're trying to create an environment. There is an environment that is being created where tensions are rising between groups. Okay, some don't like what they're seeing, so they are getting infuriated. Then you have these who like what they're seeing. They're feeling good about themselves. They're celebrating. And this group over here is like, okay, you're celebrating, but we're getting more and more angry at you. So these groups are riled up against one another, while the people behind the curtain are doing what they do, making preparations for what they're trying to implement, right? And see, this is a global thing that we see happening, but the global population is fast asleep. Now, of course, within every country, every region, you have those who are awake, but it's not enough people that are awake to really affect enough change, right? Because so many people have been tricked by what they've been told, what they've heard, and what they see, to where if you even try to explain things to them or try to give them another thought of maybe this or maybe that, they look at you like you're crazy, you see? And so I'm just wondering if everyone is paying attention, if you're ready. So whether you believe this or you believe that, are you ready for round two? This is not the time to slow down. This is not the time to say, well, you know what, things are open back now. And I mean, I've actually heard people say, well, stores are open back now, so they feel kind of relieved, which is okay. It's okay to feel relieved, but does that mean that you slow down your progress? Does that mean that you step back and say, well, I don't have to rush as much as I was before trying to grow food and figure this out and figure that out? I got more time. How do you know how much more time you have? How do you know? See, just as quickly as this all came upon us, it can come up on us faster and harder than the first time. And so taking a back seat to trying to do things for yourself and prepare for this is not the right thing to do at this time. If you're growing food, grow more food. If you haven't started, do something, okay? If you don't have seeds, buy some. Whatever it is you need to be doing right now, you need to do it, okay? Whatever preparations you need to make them. Because things had gotten so rough for a lot of people with round one. Can you imagine how rough things will get with round two? It's really sad to think that a round two could happen and so many more people will be affected more harshly than they were the first time. Because I saw a lot of fear in people's eyes, and because things have not completely opened up, some people are still afraid. They're still afraid of the future and what is going to take place, but they're still moving at snail speed trying to make any type of preparations. And while we are being bombarded with all of this news, this hype about this hype about that, you got so-called black people all riled up because we feel like the tide is changing and that people are starting to listen to us and care about us and help us. I feel like it's all a trick to woo you back to sleep so that you make no preparations. You're thinking that things are going to change. Why would things change in the past couple of months? Someone put up a post about this. You think that what we've been seeing in the past couple of months is just all of a sudden a change of heart when we've endured more than 400 years of this same type of treatment. And so all of a sudden it's all gone. No. Think about the strange fruit that we've seen hanging lately around the country. Think about all of the other incidents. So don't look at what you see on the television screen and forget about what's happening behind the scene. Okay? This is not the time to go back to sleep. This is the time for preparation on a larger scale than what you initially tried to do. And those of you who haven't tried anything, you were just trying to see if it's all going to blow over, I'm sorry. That is the wrong mindset. That's the wrong mindset. If you think that you're supposed to sit back and wait until someone else does something for you, you are sadly mistaken. Hit the ground running. Pretend as if you have no other choice. Because as long as you think there are other choices, as long as you believe that things are just going to blow over, you're not going to do what you have to do. But if you feel like it, if you think like, if you force yourself to think, I have no other choice, then all of a sudden you will see how much you will get accomplished. You can get a lot accomplished if you think you don't have any other choice. So I want to encourage those of you who see the handwriting on the wall to tell someone else. Try to convince someone else. And if they don't want to hear you, just keep it moving. That's the way you have to do it. If someone doesn't want to hear you and they feel irritated by what you're talking about, keep it moving. Okay, shake the dust off your feet and keep it moving. Okay, because we don't have time to waste on sleepers or people who want to believe a lie or people who don't want to face reality. No time to waste on that. The only time that you have is right now. What you do right now today is going to determine what your life is like tomorrow and in the coming weeks and months and years. Okay, what you do today. And so that is my word of encouragement to those of you who are paying attention. And I'm pretty sure some of you were concerned as to why we all were without service and then all of a sudden boom is back on. I'm pretty sure we were all concerned about that. Now we have some hard evidence. I've already talked to people who have checked their phones and the tracker's there. As far as the tracker, I think you should do your own research and see exactly what is involved. But that is also, to me, a clue that if you don't have to be out, then don't. As much as you can, stay at home. Period. Because if this is the direction things are going, we can see that they're going to keep on adding more and more layers to this. More and more layers will be added. And it'll get to the point where we don't know how much we can take. And a lot of people are not going to just take this. You see a lot of people of all different racial backgrounds who are deeply concerned about this, and they've already verbalized how they feel and what they plan to do. So it is what it is. With all of that tension, you know something's going to pop off. So be safe, be careful, be watchful, be prayerful. With that, I am out. Be sure to ring the bell to be notified of new uploads on this channel, and also comment, share, like, and subscribe.